Welcome here to Guy Fairfield. As tonight the Harbor Hawks lose 5-3. I'm Robert Marcello. I'm along with Chris Lucy and Lyle Goldstein. I'm Robert Marcello. One of the first questions I want to ask you, Chris, is about the pitching tonight.
Well, Jeremy Randolph set the table well for Hyannis. 4 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, only 2 earned runs. But the bullpen, uncharacteristic for the Harbor Hawks, just wasn't really able to hold this game together. A tough outing for Riley Self, and then Hyannis just had dug too deep of a hole for themselves to climb out of, although they were able to score a bit late. The 5-3 loss, holding and sending things into the All-Star break on a bit of a sour note.
Absolutely. Well, now, talking about the man left on base tonight, how important that kind of was, and unfortunately the reason why the Harbor Hawks lost.
Yeah, they left 10 guys on base tonight. That really was a handicap for them, and we've said it like a broken record on here a lot this season. It really comes back to haunt them, and it especially did early on in the year. I think the one inning that really stood out was in the 8th. Kyle Wilkie put together that single to make it a 2-run ball game. Davis Wenzel comes up in the 8th inning with the bases loaded and ultimately struck out to end the inning, which was tough to see for the Harbor Hawks. But they're just going to have to flush this one and come back to Gov Fuller Field here on Monday after a break in the All-Star game, looking to bounce back and get their first win here on the road at this field. Because a 2-run loss for them tonight, a walk-off loss that last time they were out here 9 days ago. They're really just struggling against the Falmouth Commodores as of late.
2 very close games. One of the guys, though, that had a bright spot offensively and defensively was Seth Gray. Dani Terzer spoke to him after the game.
I'm here with Seth Gray, who had an RBI single in the first inning. How do you approach an at-bat against Tyler Dyson, a highly touted prospect out here?
I knew we had guys in scoring position, so I just tried to stay aggressive early in the count, and I found a pitch to drive, so I did some damage with it.
You've played first base a little recently because of some injuries out there. What's the adjustment like going from third to first?
It wasn't as bad as I expected. We have a couple injuries the past couple weeks, and we needed a first baseman, so Coach said, hey, Gray, you're going to go first. So Coach Melly's been working with me like a few days before he told me that because we knew we had injuries. But it wasn't too bad. I've adjusted pretty well, I feel like.
What are some things that he was working with you on?
Just footwork and positioning and stuff like that.
Your old coach was also out here to watch you play a few games. How has he impacted your baseball career?
Oh, he taught me a bunch that I know and just stuff from just early ages that have stuck with me throughout my baseball career that's really helped me.
Thanks, Seth.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dani, back here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network. Now, tomorrow is the All-Star game, and I know all three of us are pretty excited, weather depending. What are you looking forward to, Chris?
I think it's an easy one. It's got to be the home run derby. Todd Lott, competing for the Harbor Hawks, leading this ball club with 5 home runs, came in second place in the Alaskan League home run derby last year. So he's got experience in the contest, and for me personally, is a front runner to win the whole thing and really drive a couple of balls deep into White House Field.
Lyle?
I'm just excited to see all these guys play. There are 6 Harbor Hawks that are going to be in this All-Star game and 4 position players. Chris mentioned it with Todd Lott, but some guys like Pedro Pages, who's got some power, Braden Como, who swung the bat well all year, and then, of course, Matthew Barefoot, the hottest hitter on the Cape. I'm excited to see what he can do against some of the best pitching out here as well. Not that he hasn't shown the best of his abilities already, hitting over 400 this season, but in an All-Star game like that, it's always fun to watch.
It sure is. Well, thank you very much for listening here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network.